Hey, everybody. Welcome to the coldest, quirkiest podcast on the planet. I'm Val Medved from Vertical MRO, and today we're combining two of life's greatest challenges, catching fish through 2 feet of ice and keeping a helicopter hoist from falling apart. That's right. I've got Jason Quinn, the Quinny from the Real ResQ. Let me tell you, if you think untangling fish line is tough or pulling a 26-inch fat greenback through an 8-inch hole, which happens on this episode, try dealing with a hoist cable that decides to play Twister at 200 feet. So grab your thermals, your toque, that's a beanie from all my American buddies, and your torque wrenches because we're diving into the frosty world of ice fishing and heated debates of hoist maintenance, mental adversity and support, and catching the big ones. Spoiler alert, one involves fish guts and the other hydraulic fluid. Both stink if you mess them up. And remember, folks, whether it's a trophy walleye or a well-oiled hoist, patience is key. Let's reel in some laughs and lessons with my boy Quinny. Cue the upbeat banjo music with bubbling water sounds. I'm Val, this is Vertical MRO, and to quote my boy Quinny, let's friggin' go. Special thanks to our sponsors for this podcast: Precision Aviation Group, Metro Aviation, Robinson Helicopter Company.
I literally went from one extreme to another. Just weeks before my trip across the Atlantic, my daughter Cameron and I were having an absolute blast sand dune bashing in Abu Dhabi, UAE. It was a beautiful 15 degrees Celsius day, filled with sun and sand. Fast forward a few weeks, and I'm on a plane headed to Winnipeg, Canada. Next thing I know, I'm driving on 3 feet of ice in the middle of the lake to go ice fishing on another beautiful day, but this time, negative 15 Celsius. And all this just to meet up with Val because
we said it was going to happen and we made it happen. Val Medved. We are out in Canada. We are doing some ice fishing. Check this out. Check this out. Oh man. We're crushing it at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
In this freaking amazing location right here. And to make it even better, like, he's on the phone. You can hear that.
I got another
He's
call
on the
here.
phone.
It looks like it's from my mom.
We're doing business, getting ready for Verticon. But before we're doing two things at once. We're fishing and doing business for Verticon. We're doing pretty good, Val?
That's how we do it.
That's how we roll. We said it was going to happen. We are making it happen. We're recording a podcast here tomorrow. Yeah.
Hey, Quinny, we're not conceited. We're just convinced.
Convinced, absolutely. Driving on the water.
Cold, wait in the truck.
Really cold.
Vertical MRO, Val Medved. We said it was going to happen.
We did.
Look who I got with me, Quinny.
What's up?
We talked about this a little under a year ago, and
Yep.
it's happening. I have Quinny on ice.
Yeah, totally. We are in Canada right now.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
And yeah, totally. We're ice fishing, dude.
Yep.
I'm so excited. And for anybody that's watching this on YouTube, you can actually. So if we get a fish on, I'm gonna let the audio run or the visual run.
Yeah. I'll apologize for the language right now. So yeah, because we use mofos, holy craps, and a bunch of other dirty languages. So this might not be my NSFW.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't even know what that is.
Not safe for work.
Oh.
But no, with me I got Quinny. Quinny, bless you for coming up all the way to Canada. He made the journey from Saudi Arabia.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia. He went from sand to snow real fast.
It's cold here.
It is cold.
It's cold.
It's cold. She's chilly. Us as Canadians will reference this as chilly.
Yeah.
But to you walking in, first and foremost, experience walking in. Like I know when I picked you up at the airport, that opening of the door must have been seen like right out of Cool Runnings with the guys walking out. Like,
what the?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of laughed at it because it was about 15 degrees Celsius when I left Saudi, and it was minus 15 here when I showed up. So I was like, oh, that's an extreme.
Yeah. It's a little eye opener. I'm sure of it.
Yeah,
I'm sure of it.
Yeah, no, it's been beautiful, and it's really flat where you live.
Yeah. the running joke of you can watch your dog running for 3 days. Now you understand that.
I totally do. Yeah. You're like, wow.
Yeah.
I like I said, we were in the truck, and I'm like, I think I can actually see the curvature of the earth.
Yeah, for as flat. But the other thing about that too, like I don't know if you've been in some flat destinations. I'm hoping, but it's clear.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's crystal. Like we've been blessed now. Like luckily you didn't show up a couple of weeks back when it was -30 and -40, which which
cold.
Yeah, well at -40.
-40 is -40.
That's where they meet.
On both
That's where
scales.
they meet. That's where they meet. So awesome. So the journey has been made. You come up, you see my portion of the world up in flat Winnipeg, Manitoba, and the outskirts of. How's it been so far,
Oh, dude, I've loved this.
Yeah.
This has been a blast with you,
Yeah.
and we've had so many stories and learning more about each other too. So just the truck rides has been a blast.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. He's been full Canadianized. He's
almost.
Yeah. He's got. Where's your toque?
Oh, it's right behind me. Hold on.
Oh, it's right.
You know what?
It's up top. No,
yeah.
that's mine. That's mine. Yeah.
No, this is mine. Right?
Marco, our assistant here. He's off camera here, but he was kind of he's going to be our what are we going to call him? Our lead grip.
Yeah. Totally. So I got my hat here.
Yep.
It's
Ice Fish Manitoba.
Bam.
So thanks to my auntie, our family aunt, Kristen's aunt, Tante Edie. She's lent us her cabin here right on Lake Winnipeg here, and it's been we got in a little bit last night, kind of checked it all out, and we've been blessed with great weather. A little chilly this morning, but it's -14 right now Celsius.
Yep.
So it's
not in this tent. It's not. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'd put us at about what 15, 16 degrees, give or take.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I've already caught one fish, so I'm good with that.
Yeah, we already have it with the picture. We got the picture of you catching a greenback,
yes,
right?
sir,
As
yes.
I learned today.
Attaboy.
Come on, man. And it was, I don't remember how long it was. How big was
22 inches.
Is that a fish story? No, it was legit. It was legit.
Yeah, 22 inch. Like I didn't have to stomp it to stretch it, right? So we're good. But so yeah, this is again, we talked about this about 10 months ago.
Yep.
And the fact that this is now happening is just extraordinary, just for the sheer fact of the miles you've traveled. So I got to say thanks a lot for this, buddy.
Dude, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for setting all of this up, and we've set up like a little miniature studio here inside my tent.
Yeah.
And it's all your equipment, brother. It's all your equipment. How
wait a
thick
minute,
are we?
hold on. The equipment, the recording equipment is mine. The lighting is mine. Everything else is yours, all right?
Yeah.
Including the fishing pole and the minnows that are frozen.
Yeah.
It's all yours, man.
Yeah. Here. Just like they look like sardines, but they're not. We don't eat them. But yeah, so we're coming up here, you're experiencing this, and again, we thank you. And I know we talked to my buddy Sean Sinclair last night.
Yep.
And he got a little Canadiana on you in there last night, so it was awesome. So thanks everybody.
Yeah,
we'll see you at Verticon.
I'm excited.
Yeah, and this is just before the Verticon, so you're gonna put on some miles here the next little bit here.
Yeah, because I leave right out of here, and we go right down together.
Correct.
Right down to Dallas, and
Correct.
Verticon, here we come.
Verticon VAI, here we go. Here we go. So we're going to be talking. We're going to be doing some cross show referencing, asterisking of the shows here
for sure.
Obviously, with Vertical MRO, my platform is that of everything repair, overhaul, and maintenance. I wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit about the hoist and the repairs involved in that.
Yeah.
You are by far the expert that I have on this, so I'm glad you're on board with me on this one because, truth be told, I don't have a lot of knowledge on it. So.
Well, so here's what's great is like, first of all, disclaimer, I am not a maintenance guy.
Yeah.
Like and it's like my world has been rescue my entire career. I know how to operate the hoist, and there's checks and balances that we do as hoist operators, which we'll get into. But it's the other stuff that you and I are going to talk about here, which I think is an important conversation piece, and nobody really thinks about, is all the life support equipment that goes into the helicopter and what everybody wears.
Yeah.
And where is that in your maintenance cycle?
Yeah.
And because that was my world in the U.S. Coast Guard, and then working with P1 down with Aero Helicopters, and then over in Saudi Arabia. It was like, oh yeah, my job is to maintain all the survival and gear that everybody's wearing.
Yeah.
So,
well, and now you kind of led that into the next. So for anybody that doesn't know who Jason Quinn is,
thanks.
Give me a quick snap, because dude, you're way bigger on platforms than me. But anybody who's just tuned into my podcast here, just kind of give them a quick snapshot of who and what you are.
For sure. So Jason Quinn, I was born and raised in Massachusetts, so I am a masshole.
Yeah, you are.
As a matter of fact, you know what?
Is this going to happen?
Yeah, it's going to happen right now.
Let's do this. I got you, Mike.
Okay, hold on. I got to put it on. But here we go. Boston Bruins, baby. Woo! That's right. So Val had this in the corner. He's like, hey, man, I got a hat for you. And it was a Winnipeg Jets hat. And I was like, I can't wear it. Absolutely not. Not going to do it.
Now we're talking shit. Hold my mic.
Okay. This is the way it rolls, man. What'd you bring with you?
Bang. Bang. Winnipeg Jets, baby. Best team in the league right now. This is how it's going down. Go, Jets, go.
Let's go, Bruins. Come on. We got some ground to catch up. Let's go.
Go, Jets. Let's roll.
Oh, that's great. So, yeah, from Massachusetts, born and raised, joined the U.S. Coast Guard right out of high school, went rescue swimmer, and then from there got out and went civilian side prior to when I rescue, was working with them, where I started being a hoist operator as well as a paramedic, and then went to Saudi Arabia. And, from there I've taught and trained around the world.
You teachered?
Yeah, I did. I totally did. I think it's the snow getting me. It's chilly.
We're thawing him out, people. We're thawing him out. It's going to happen yet. So.
Oh, it's funny. But so that's like my whole world has been search and rescue.
Yeah.
Helicopter, mainly search and rescue.
Yep.
And then hoist operator and all that stuff that goes into it. So I also instruct with the SR3 Rescue Concepts right now.
Wow.
Amazing training company.
Yep.
They have a plethora of knowledge between all the instructors and the diverse backgrounds between everybody there. It's incredible to work with those guys. So, and then we run the Real ResQ Podcast.
Yeah, buddy.
What?
Brag about that.
Yeah,
Brag
I
about
love
that.
it.
So how long you been doing that now?
So it's coming up on 4 years. Holy shit, 4 years. Yeah. It's awesome. And I am blessed to have guests that are willing to come on and not only share their rescue stories, but a little of their experience, and the rest of the world just gets to enjoy it. And I'm psyched.
Thanks for all of that, brother.
Dude, it's my pleasure.
Thanks for all that. Thanks for, first and foremost, thanks for your service that you provided with the Coast Guard, because
thank you.
God bless the lives that you saved and the strength that it's given you to do that. Good on you, man.
Thank you.
And then
one
to
or
kind
two.
of just a few. That's awesome. The one or two is enough, right? And it's, but also thank you for kind of like you show me a little bit of the ropes and how to kind of podcast and like I know between yourself and John Gray, and I've learned a lot from his personality, your personality, and that other guy, Halsey.
Halsey. He runs a podcast called the hell. It's so easy. It should like
a running joke.
Helicopter podcast. Oh yeah, the helicopter podcast.
Yeah. But I've learned a lot, and this is my 1 year. This is like literally.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I think this is my 1 year on the. I think actually within the next day or two.
Man, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
High five.
Yes, sir. Sexy time. No.
Oh,
but great. So yeah, thanks a lot for kind of again having me with this family. I know we got another one now too with the Hums.
Yep.
So
the Valor. Flight Valor.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I can't remember. That's terrible.
Well, listen, I'm no longer the low man on the totem pole.
No, you're not. No.
So, but like, I hope they take from what I've learned from you as well. So, and from all you guys, again, thanks for kind of bringing me on with the family and everything that's happened. Just kind of looking at what we're going to get into a lot of this here and kind of try to kind of have me educated as well about everything. Like, we went through the guidelines of everything. I kind of made some notes, and I'll reference my phone every now and then. we want to talk about the overview and the importance of what a hoist is in a rescue scenario. So looking at that and having, like, not every helicopter is outfitted to do so.
Correct.
And then that's where you kind of step in saying, hey, will this configuration work? And kind of here's the atmosphere, here's the temperature, atmosphere, and so on and forth. So I'll let you kind of roll into that. Like, bring me into that, please.
So obviously not every helicopter has a hoist. You are correct. And there are two main hoist companies out there, which is Breeze Eastern and now Onboard Systems, Hoist and Winch. And they support, like, a maintenance side, you have to go through all the STCs. You got to get through all the hoops and whatnot to get all the in particular aircrafts outfitted with a hoist. And then recently, well, not recently, this was a couple of years ago, we were working with let me think about this for a second. It was Columbia Helicopters, and it said experimental helicopter on the side because they had just mounted a hoist on the outside of the aircraft, which is not FAA approved yet. Mm-hmm. So now it's an experimental aircraft for hoist intentions and what they're going to do with it. Yeah. Even though the military does it all the time, because it was civilian side, they got to jump through all the hoops.
Yeah.
So it was, again, a very interesting and unique. Hey,
cracking refreshments,
cracking beers over there. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, buddy.
It's not ice fishing until the beer is cracked.
Beer 30.
Shout out to my cousin Marco Pollock, who's helping us out here on the podcast as well, buddy. Thanks a lot, brother.
Doing a great job over there.
You know what? As we're talking, Marco, sorry to interrupt you. As we're talking, you see fish. Give us a quick. Yeah, thank you.
Fish on.
Fish on. Yeah. But okay, sorry, I interrupted
no, you're good.
Yeah.
So with all that part of it, it's there's so much that goes into the hoist side of it, right? For maintenance side, again, I'm not a maintenance guy.
Yeah.
I know enough about the hoist where you have different limit switches. There's all the different kinds of drum moves, or there's a piece that moves so the cable gets wound up on the drum a proper way. So from my aspect, it's all inspection prior to flight.
Got it.
Right. So that's where I lay up. And for me, it's when we go out and do hoist checks prior to flight.
Yeah. You're
running through whatever the aircraft RFM has, the rotorcraft flight manual.
Okay.
And it has directions. It says this is the steps you need to do prior to flight. And that's what we do. So hook, bearings, make sure everything works all right. Open, close.
Goes up and down.
Yeah. In and out.
In and out. Yep.
So you know what? And there's a lot of I don't care who you are. Everybody goes up and down, and then there are those of us that go in and out. But when you think about it flying wise, it's you don't have to do it, but I would recommend it. Like hoist cables go in and out. You go in the drum, it comes out of the drum, right?
Yep.
Helicopters go up and down.
Gotcha.
Now you could say, oh no, it's going to climb and descend. Yes.
Okay.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong.
Yeah. But then I can say up and down with a hoist, right? Yeah. Oh, my guy's coming up. My guy's going down. However, as we all know with communications in an aircraft, as soon as something cuts out and you hear the word up or down, the first thing the pilot's going to do is like, start climbing. But we're like, no, stop. And that's where you go in and out, and then you don't have that confusion.
Well, and that's... So when you're on the outside of and you're obviously you're anchored into the helicopter.
Yep.
And now let's talk about the is it 2 guys or 3 guys that kind of operate the hoist to kind of safely drop it and then bring it back up?
Yeah, usually the guy on the hook.
Yeah.
So 1 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just can bring 1 guy up, maybe 2. So most hoists are loaded for 600 pounds, 242 kg. Ish, somewhere that was
good job on the Canadian.
High five.
Yeah, well done.
But there's that limit, right? And then you hit the clutch, which is going to slip. So now the hoist won't work the way it's supposed to.
Okay.
So that's 2 people.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to the components of the hoist itself, the description of the key parts when you have the hook, swivel, bearings, cable. What am I missing? Turbination and spring mechanism, right?
Yeah, that's all in the hook assembly side of it, right?
Okay.
So then you get into let's break that down, right?
Please, let's do.
So the hook is made by one of a couple different. We got fish. We got fish.
He's coming to my dead stick.
Stand by.
He's my dead stick. Hold on.
All right. No, wait. Hold on. Come on there. Ooh, look at that. Come on, baby.
He's going back and forth. He's hungry. He's sniffing. Oh, you might have to hold my mic here, Quinny.
Okay. All right.
Here it is.
Hold on.
This is going to happen.
Come on, baby.
Oh, he moved over from this one to this one. Come on now. Did he take off? Oh, I think he bolted. Nope, he might be coming over to Quinny. Oh, yeah, he's over to Marco.
Oh, yeah. Going to Marco.
Marco.
Yeah.
Marco. Yeah. Oh, there's a saying that I'm not going to repeat on the mic. He's still there? Okay, coming up slowly. Drop it down a bit. She's chasing. Just stay there. Keep her there. That's huge. Keep her there, Marco. Keep her there. She's going to bite. Watch. Oh, this is intense. Yeah, buddy! Marco!
Dude, look at that, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Marco. It's folding his line.
Woo-wee.
Buddy boy.
Dude, you're bringing him in. Come on.
Buddy boy.
I don't know. I don't even know if I can help you with anything.
It's okay, I got it.
All right. Look, he's a man over there.
Oh, yeah. Marco knows how to fish.
Whoa.
Oh. Yeah!
Yeah, buddy.
Holy
Wow.
tank! That's
Look
a
at that.
tank!
Yeah.
Watch the board. Watch the board. Look at that. There you go.
Right, so we gotta get a picture of this.
Yeah, hold on.
Hey, take that bumper over. That's about a 23.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get
There it is, buddy. Hold on. Nice fish, Marco. There's one, too.
on board coming over. Let's find out official size right here.
Marco with a 24.5.
Well done, sir.
How big? 24 and an 8.
Yeah. Woo.
Put her back, buddy. Well done. Nice fish.
Well
nice fish.
done. Well done indeed.
Nice work, buddy. Nice work.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there we are. You got one on you.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Oh.
It could be Marco. Is it coming up on you? Whose is that? Oh, we're on a hole right now.
Oh.
We're on a hole. Marco, she just chased you back down. It's literally Quinny. Stay there, Quinny. Come up a little bit.
That's awesome.
Oh, we could be hoisting a VMRO show plus a fishing show here. Oh, look at that fat one. She came over to the other side.
Gosh, we got a couple down there. They're really nice.
Yep. Come on now. Marco, there's one on you right there.
I'm not in yet.
I wonder if that little bastard stole my thing. I felt a little bite.
Oh. Stay there, Quinny. I got your mic if I need it.
Yeah. No, hold on.
Hold on. Nice and easy. He's never caught a walleye here, so we're going to make sure that this happens. She's sniffing you? Yeah.
Whoa,
Oh,
yeah,
Quinny's
yeah.
on. Quinny's on. Keep your tip up. There you go. Keep reeling. Yeah, keep reeling. Quinny's on.
Come on.
Quinny's on. Quinny's on. Help him out with that, Marco.
Come on. Oh. Ooh, we got a little fighter.
Quinny's on.
We got a little fighter.
This is not little. That's not little.
Come on.
Quinny's on. Oh my God.
Yeah, buddy.
Quinny! Yes, sir. That's his first walleye.
First one. Yay.
Here, how you feeling, Quinny?
Feel
No, I got the mic. You work the fish.
Hey, I'm pretty good right now.
It's at 23 and a half.
23 and a half. All right, we got to get a picture of this.
24, the lip was a bit fast. Look at that big old bitch.
There you go. Hold on, Quinny.
Yeah, buddy.
Here, right here, Quinny. Pulls over this way.
All three boys on the board.
Perfect. Perfectly done. Give it a camera pose over there. He kissed his first greenback. Look at that bad boy. Lake Winnipeg produces. And back you go, lady. Go create more.
Awesome.
You got your first walleye, brother!
Come on,
Right there.
Yeah.
Woo! Marco with the assistance. Thanks, brother.
Damn, man, that's legit.
Oh, that's a big hog.
Nice.
You caught it perfectly. You felt the nibble and you caught her perfectly.
Thank you to our sponsor, Metro Aviation. Metro Aviation, the world's largest family-owned aeromedical operator, offers comprehensive aircraft services with 140-plus aircraft in over 25 states. The Completion Center installs medical and law enforcement kits and avionics, serving diverse aviation needs including offshore, utility, VIP, and corporate sectors.
You want
All
to jerk
right.
it off the second?
That's what I heard too.
Yeah.
What?
What kind of show is this? There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, a first.
First, that was my first greenback.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey.
Marco teed it up.
Thank you, sir.
It
Thank you.
got us warmed up.
Woo!
I was off camera.
Thanks, man.
Quinny on camera does the vertical MRO Wally.
Legit right there. So excited.
That's awesome, dude. Now you get to brag to all your Bostonian friends.
I know.
Look what I caught.
And Marco's even going to hook me up. He's going to set me back up on my line again. Look at this guy.
We're going to feed him well.
Oh, this is amazing.
That's so good, dude. That's so good. I can't believe that happened on camera.
That was sick.
Oh,
Dude, thanks, man.
we're on show. We're on show too. That's the best.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
the best. Nick Nationalis, who's another one, a good friend of mine here, he kind of walked in, his eyes widened up. He goes, "That's his first fish." I'm like, "That's his first fish."
And then he walked back out. He's like, he's a dick.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that American.
No, you're a dick because you caught and he didn't. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
reason
yeah,
why.
that's
So, holy smokes. Okay, reset.
that's great.
Let's go back to.
Okay.
So we were talking again from the spring up on the like we're on a little pocket here, so that's good. So, Marco, good job on the call outs.
Hey, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Now I'm all set back up.
Back to work, boys.
Back to
God,
work.
love it, yep.
Let's pay these bills.
Yep. All right. So on the hoist hook, right, you have a couple different hoist hooks that can go on the aircraft, a couple different manufacturers out there, but that's set up on a bearing, so it screws in, right? And then
Yeah.
you have the screw that comes down.
Yeah.
And all that, the other part of it, so you have a swivel, and then you have got the ball on the end of the hoist cable itself, so that ball bearing, but it's not really a ball bearing, it's the mount, the crimp, but it's got the swedge.
Okay.
Right? So you have your swedge on the bottom, and that's where the hook is going to swivel and rotate. So the idea is you have all of these components in, because there's two halves, looks like two half moons that come together over the top of the ball, like the swedge on the cable, and that rotates, which allows the hook to rotate. So you have all these moving parts, but they're not really moving. They're just able to spin freely.
Got it.
So that way,
Independent.
yeah, exactly. So the cable or the hoist hook should be able to spin freely, right? And then the bearings on the hoist cable, so the cable can stay straight.
Right.
And that way, when there's tension put on it, everything can like swivel and turn and twist, but the cable won't.
Okay.
Right? So you have to have all of that. And then you have your retaining springs in place and your little nut in there, so nothing come unscrewed and all that. So we're inspecting all of that prior to going to fly, every time. And then everywhere I've been, the maintenance guys are amazing. They do some amazing work, and they set us up for total success. So I just need to go make sure that it looks still good, and then we roll.
Know what they
That's
look
it.
like in
Yep.
case it doesn't go good.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now when you get higher into the assembly of the hoist itself, like all the components up there,
How long of a line from the hook to the line?
depends on the hoist.
Okay.
Some of them
Okay.
are 150. Some like the 139, that's 300 or 290 usable feet.
Holy
And,
smokes.
Yeah, it's a long one. But you have 300 feet of cable on a lot of them, and that's kind of But 150 feet, I've been on those, and then you've got a 3/6 inch cable on like some of the bigger hoists, and then the smaller one, which I can't remember off the top of my head, that's on like the A stars or the smaller hoist.
Roger that.
Yeah, and those when you're on that line, like 50 to 100 feet in the air, you're like, oh yeah, that's really a small cable.
Is he on a pocket or that's me? That could be me.
That's mine going up and down.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yep.
It's all good. Hey, we're fishing here, bro.
Fishing.
Wait,
We're podcaster with a fishing problem. So we're up in the actual mechanics of now into the actual hoist itself.
correct.
Okay.
And that I can't dive into that because I don't have the knowledge there, and I don't even want to pretend
Fair,
that I do.
fair, okay,
So
yep.
that's not my world. My
Yep.
world is not a. You're doing a great job. Look at Marco, man,
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to get underneath the camera and stuff. You're such a nice guy.
Mark, truthfully, he lived out west for a while, and he was an actor and model back in his day.
Hey, you sexy son of a bee.
What was the label you posed for at one time or another?
Playgirl?
Damn.
NSFW.
No.
Or NFSW.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's good.
So we're into the mechanics again. We don't want to get into the details because those are specialized.
Well, that and it's I need an A&P maintenance guy to get up there and go into that. Now, what I could tell you is that the limit switches on some of the hoists, like those can be adjusted based on what you have to do. And what some people might not realize, and it's not so much anymore, but back in the day, Coast Guard, the U.S. Coast Guard, if you had an issue at the bottom of the cable, like a bird cage, a broken strand, whatever, that's in op. You're done. You got to replace the cable. But the Coast Guard guys used to just cut the cable and re-swedge it and then just change their limit switches.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so you went from, let's say, 290 usable feet to 289 usable feet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's not like that big of a deal, but we would swedge it and stuff in-house. And that's the stuff that I don't see it out there as much anymore like that.
Okay.
It's like everybody just replaces the whole cable
For absolute assurance.
Sure,
I got you.
I guess so.
Hey, I got you.
I can't answer that.
Okay,
but,
yeah.
I mean, they buy a whole cable at 300 feet and say, okay, put a new one on.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Okay, all right.
No,
We all know the importance of pre-flight inspection on a helicopter before we start up.
absolutely.
Matt, spend the time on extra. And I know I've had a couple of guests in the past talk about getting a feel for the helicopter.
Yeah.
Right. And doing so, and that's part of your pre-flight. Is that the same on the hoist itself?
Kind of. And I say kind of because there are like little nuances of, like each limit switch might be set just a little bit different. And it's not on purpose. Like I will never bag on any of the mechanics that go out there and do that. But sometimes it'll be like, oh, this limit switch is set for 10 feet. This one's set for 12 feet. This one's set for 15 feet.
Yep.
And all it is just the hoist goes faster at a certain point. The only reason you need to know that is if you're like 20 feet from the ground and then the limit switch is at 20 feet, because then it goes from 150 to 250 feet a minute at that limit switch. And you're like, oh, by the way, you're already at the ground at 20 feet. Oh, shit. So that's where, I've watched guys pile drive people into the ground because of that.
Oh, wow.
Because they don't think about the limit. Oh, it's at 20 feet. So
Okay.
we do a limit switch check on our pre-flight and be like, oh, okay, it's right there, which is not in the manual, by the way.
Oh, Marco. Thank you again, Marco.
Got another one.
Oh, hold on. Is he coming? Or am I teasing her? Come on, tease. Oh, I think I scared her off that one. I jumped this one too far. She's coming around. Come on back, fishy. No, that's my other. Here we go. No, I think I spooked her because I moved too fast on the other one. Okay, we'll carry on.
Okay. So anyway, that's so it's all about like making sure you know the little nuances of that in particular hoist at that day, and for those that fly multiple airframes, especially with like bigger companies and stuff where you might have 3, 4, 5 different hoists on 3, 4, 5 different aircrafts.
Yep.
Yeah, do your checks and be like, oh, this one does this. So then when you go out, like, okay, I need to be at, let's say 50 feet because I don't want to be at 20 feet because then I can pile drive whoever's going to be on the hoist hook into the ground.
That's a bad day.
Yeah, it's not fun.
No.
And I've been that guy too. So you're
Come
like,
on.
Yeah, you learn.
Okay.
You better know how to land.
I guess
land on your feet.
I guess that goes back to the earlier part of the conversation. Know who you're kind of working with because now I know what you look like.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
If I come up and punch you in the face, it's
justified.
Yeah. I love you, but
yeah.
It's a hit back. It's like you hit me first. I'm just returning the favor.
Oh, bringing it back to when we were kids, right? Yeah. No punchbacks. No, that doesn't exist here.
Yeah, not here.
Yeah. Well, I made a couple of notes here. So like I said, I keep referencing again just because I was trying to kind of get myself educated of what your world consists of and things that it says here. Check gate movement and locking mechanism.
Yeah, it's on the hoist hook.
That's on the hoist deck
itself.
So
some of the hoist hooks have just different locking mechanisms. So the old school one that I used to use in the military had no locking mechanism on it, and it's kind of funny. They originally designed it with a main hook, and then you had like a small little hook on the back. I'll see if I can find it and put a picture up.
Yeah, okay.
But it was known as the male hook, was the back hook, and it was whatever. I mean, hoist hook, it's a hook. Like,
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
But you know what? I get it. Like, oh, hey, let's make it two-sided. This, that, and the other thing. One can be used for gear. But then they've evolved, and Life Saving Systems makes one. It's known as the auto locking hoist hook, where it's 2 tabs. You have to squeeze them both at the same time in order to open the gate.
Yeah.
And then when you let it go, it auto locks. Spring loaded and make sure that that stays locked.
Yep.
The other one is made by Capewell Aerial Machine and Tool, and they have a slide lock on the back. So as long as the slide lock is up, I can open the gate. Or if I want it closed, I'll slide it down and the gate won't open because it runs into a stopper.
Yeah.
And that's so you're just checking
Okay.
both those. And
Okay.
I won't say what I prefer, but they work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check.
Yeah, exactly. Check
Done.
the box. Yep. So
And just like anything else, ensure proper stowage to prevent swinging during flight.
so that's actually something that's interesting as well. So
Okay.
when you do a hoist check and stuff, like there's a bumper on all hoists, right? And the Goodrich, or well now onboard systems, they have like a black kind of squishy bumper, and that one comes up, and you want that pressed up a little bit to put a little bit of pressure on it, so the cable doesn't go back and forth as you fly. Right. And the reason behind that is because as it's doing that, it's weakening the cable in that first like 1 inch of the cable.
The tensile.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now you're literally breaking strands. Could be in the inside, could be in the outside.
Okay.
And now you're going to load somebody on it. Now most cables are rated for about 2,500 pounds, plus or minus, whatever that is.
Roger that.
But as soon as you start getting that, ding, 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 you're weakening it.
Yeah.
Now you put a load on it. Pink. Oh shit. That's not supposed to happen. And I don't want to be on it. Thank you very much.
Right.
So now
Right.
we do a lot of load checks prior to going out. So most agencies, if I'm the rescue man, I'll connect to the hoist hook. I'll still be connected.
Marco, I'm seeing coming run right at you. She came in fast and furious on the bottom to your side. She was like Dom Toretto to you. Just keep an eye on it. Oh, she's underneath me now.
Oh,
Yeah, she's skirting over you, Quinny. She's on you, Quinny. Quinny, you gonna put 2 on my show?
maybe.
Okay. Come on.
Oh,
There's 2 of them. Quinny. She's on you. Give me your mic.
Hold on.
She skated away.
Oh.
Okay.
Go hide for a minute.
She'll come back. There'll be interest.
Yeah.
Oh, she's right on you. Here she comes. Marco, right at you.
Oh.
No, keep her easy. Keep her easy. Now she's going to hit you. Quinny? Me? Come on. Where's she going? Come on. Come on, girlie.
Bouncing around over there.
Come on. Come on. Oh, she skated away.
On the other side.
She might be coming back here. Watch that side, though. Watch that side. We'll try to get a GoPro view of what we're working here with. Garmin Live Scope.
Yep.
Next level fishing.
Yep.
Okay, we'll see her come back.
Okay.
So we were talking about
Okay.
we're talking proper stowage of it, and
Yeah.
Okay.
And the main reason behind all that is, like I said, is if you have like if I get on the hoist hook as a person, like you're human external cargo, right? I'm going to do a hoist check and you're going to lift me up, but I'm still connected to the aircraft. At one point or another with some sort of safety lanyard.
Oh,
and
she came back. Sorry, dude.
No, you're good. You're good.
Marco, she's hitting you. Yeah, Marco's on. Oh no! Here, no, she come back. She come back.
Yeah.
Oh, she keeps.
No. Quinny, over to you.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, let it hit. Like,
Go down. She's following you down, Marco. She's following you down. Go down. Oh, she's aggressive. 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 Yeah. Quinny. Me.
Yeah, one over there. I think we got a couple around here.
We're on a pocket here, kids.
Oh, you little.
Nibbled it.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's got to be a sauger.
Saugers are a type of fish up here. They're in the walleye family. They nibble and run. They are bandits of every minnow. Oh, no, you're still there, Marco. You're still there. Or is that Quinny?
I think that's me.
Yeah, it's Quinny.
No.
Oh, you brought it up.
I don't know if I have.
No,
it.
yeah.
I'm not sure.
Real. Yeah, you got a fish on.
Holy shit.
Yeah, buddy. Quinny.
Man. Oh, it's a
sauger,
little,
yeah.
Little sauger. Oh, yeah, put her back. That's fine.
All right,
That's fine.
all right.
That's a sauger.
Jumped off the hook, the little bastard. Oh, shit. That's a twofer. Well, no, it's 1.5 because you got
1.5. Almost in the hole.
Oh,
Almost like.
Oh,
Can you
man.
see why I enjoy this freaking
this
sport?
This is great.
Yep.
This is great. It's
Oh my goodness.
going to be one of our longest podcasts
Possibly
ever.
we're cresting 40 already on it, so
Yeah,
we're good.
totally. Oh, man. That's hilarious.
Buddy, nice job. Nice
Thanks,
job.
sir.
He should come back to mess with us tomorrow or what? Okay, nope. We're okay. We're all right.
Dude, Marco's got me. He's setting me up for success over here, bro.
Marco's a very, very good
Dude,
man.
I'm going to have to owe him like a beer.
Canada, U.S., good faith.
Yeah,
Good faith.
Good relations between
There's no
Canada and
tariffs
America.
There's absolutely zero tariffs here. Just terrifically good times.
That's great.
Bingo.
Dude, thanks, Marco. That's awesome.
So we've talked a little bit about the stowage of it. Great.
Thanks.
Walk us through post-flight maintenance.
So post-flight for us is more like just the use. So normally you would do something like 10 feet past. You'd inspect the cable like 10 feet past to what you use. So if you and I were out doing some hoist training and we know we're about 60 feet, let's pull 70 feet of cable out. Let's do an inspection on it, make sure it looks good. We haven't hit anything. And it's really just to make sure the cable's okay for the next one.
Okay.
And that's it. Now, there's a little caveat to that, right? Depending on where you're working, your agency, your aircraft, there are different maintenance requirements based on those airframes. Even though it's the same hoist, same cable, they just have different stuff written. And stuff like the cable conditioning, which is when you hang a weight from the cable to cable conditioning, seasoning, whatever you want to call it. But they have different procedures for the same technique on every aircraft, on every hoist.
Okay.
But it's written different in the manual based on that aircraft.
Okay.
So I would tell everybody, no matter what, follow your maintenance protocol. Like that's
As
right?
standard part.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, agreed.
What does maintenance tell you to do? That's what you need to do. So if you have to run the cable entirely all the way out because that's what maintenance says, cool, then do that.
Yep.
As a good standard practice, 10 feet beyond what you used should be good to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, I am not maintenance.
No.
If your maintenance tells you, you need to bring it all the way out, then that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
So
Follow the compliance. Just like our industry has always told us to do
Yep.
everything of theirs.
Exactly.
Because you need to be held accountable, particularly in a situation, and where accountability is I guess it's one of the key fabric pillars of our industry.
Right.
And accountability and reliability.
Absolutely.
Right. So that we have stuff that fly.
Right.
And it needs to fly properly and or keep out. If it doesn't, replace it.
Yeah.
Maintain it.
Yep.
Right? And that has to happen again for the hoist systems and everything involved with it as well.
Right.
Talk to us a little bit when you come across somebody that's new to the industry and they're kind of now looking at becoming a hoist operator,
Okay.
right? And then kind of like what key advice would you kind of give them to kind of say like what's the key advice? What's key advice? To kind of like walk into a particular role supporting that. Oh, Marco, you got one on your side.
Coming.
Man, you're on the pocket over there, Marco.
Yeah. So that's a bit of a loaded question. So because it depends on where they're at and the agency they have, right? So the bottom line is if you want to get into hoist operations, find a company that does hoist operations.
Fair.
Right? So you're not gonna roll up to somebody, and that could be a police agency, a fire agency, a civilian entity. Let's use Robinson Helicopters, and that's where you're gonna go start working for that company that owns like 10 Robinsons. And I don't know if I'm exaggerating or not, but they don't have hoists on that aircraft, so you're not gonna be working on hoist.
Fair.
So if you want to get into that
then you need to find an agency that has that option.
Okay.
That's the bottom line. And then from there, what I would recommend if you want to be a hoist operator, start looking at what the requirements are for that agency to be useful with the hoist. Now it could be just sling logan gear, but if you want some sort of search and rescue or some sort of like medevac hoist response stuff, and you have your A&P, maybe start looking into an EMT as well, as crazy as that sounds.
Okay.
Because now you're going to double dip and you're like, oh, I can do the rescue and I can fix it. And that's amazing. And companies are like, oh, wait a minute, you can do both? Wait, the aircraft breaks in the field and you can go fix it? And you're on board?
Now
and you can go save them? Oh, yeah.
You became worth your weight in gold.
Exactly.
I gotcha.
So that would be my recommendation. But bottom line is find an operator that has a hoist and then start looking into what the requirements are to get there.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep.
I know you and I kind of touched base a little bit last night in our conversations with a cigar and a whiskey in hand.
Yeah, that was good too.
Thus the deeper voice a little bit today. So I appreciate, I've brought it down to the microphone here. Can't get enough Yola, babe. Common issues and solutions with regards to the hoist and cable wear. Can we talk anything about that when it comes to like operating in particular conditions? Like it's like what do we look for on that? It's cable wear due to improper stowage or vibration, swivel bearing binding, or the impact of the cable twisting and of the grounding of the cable cutter cartridge during maintenance to avoid accidental activation. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, there was a lot. Okay, so in standard ops, standard use, it's no different than any other aircraft component on the helicopter, right? Okay. So you have a lot of moving parts. The hoist is no different. It's a moving part, right? You're in flight, you're moving it, you're working it, and I mean, things happen. Swings happen, spins happen.
Some of the spins are violent.
Oh yeah, they're ridiculous.
Oh my goodness!
And there's ways to get out of it. Like you shouldn't even get into that anymore.
Okay.
That's another conversation. You know what? I will help everybody out. Forward flight. Put it back on the ground, or stop hoisting and go into forward flight, and that'll level right out. Just give it a minute. And I tell you that because, and for a long line pilots out there, they're like, well, yeah, like if their load starts spinning on the bottom of the aircraft. Yeah. When they're starting to lift out, they just roll into forward flight and it levels out.
Okay.
Amazing.
Same thing with the human on the line.
Yeah same thing. Yep, just level out. But so yeah, forward flight. Outside of that, the maintenance side of it is just it's like taking care of anything else on the aircraft. That's the short version.
Sure.
When you're talking the squib and that part of it, so there are, and I believe it's been corrected, but I don't want to speak because I to it because I don't know. But at one point or another, we were flying the 429, and on the 429 at that moment in time, and this has been a couple of years now, but if you had the cut arm gate or door, that the guard raised, so now the cut arm switch would be relatively on, right?
Yeah.
But hoist power.
Explain the cut arm.
Okay, so the cut arm is there is a squib inside the hoist, and if you push the button, the squib fires, and it fires like basically an anvil into the cable and cuts the cable away, and that's all inside the hoist. Okay, like bang, it's all cartridge. It's a explosive inside the aircraft. Cartridge.
Miniature charge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, I got you.
So when you push the button, it cuts the cable away. All right. So now, if hoist power was off, that means there's no power going to the hoist, but your cable guard cut is open, right? It doesn't register on the on any aircraft component because it's the power's off, right?
Right.
So there was the thought of if the guard's open and hoist power gets turned on, it may cut the cable because it'll give that sudden like here's power into the system and poof, and then blows it. The other one was if the cable guard is open and you push the test button, and the test button is just to make sure power goes to the squib. So you get a couple of green lights and it's all working. If the guard is open and you push the squib test, it may blow the cable. And it has happened. Okay. There's like, and I believe it's been fixed, but when stuff like that comes up, now there's maintenance notifications that go all the way around hey, make sure you don't do this.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking that's again, common sense practices more than anything.
You would think.
You'd think. Yeah, our industry has
But
been.
you know what? Actually, let me go back to that though, because the common sense practices are, hey, look at that guy. What's up?
Marcel is another friend of ours here who's joined us in the setting up said tents.
Yep.
So local business owner, good friend of ours, and a fisherman as well.
Thank you to our sponsor, Robinson Helicopter Company, the choice for unrivaled safety and reliability, so you can accomplish any mission with confidence. For more than half a century, Robinson has been at the forefront of the helicopter industry. From the R-22 to the R-66 turbine, Robinson makes helicopters accessible so more people can accomplish more missions. Climb higher. For additional information, visit www.robinsonheli.com.
So,
What's up there, big guy?
We've been on
We're
pockets.
slaying.
He's got one on camera.
We each got one, and then I had a second, which jumped off as soon as we got here. Wait, you got two?
I got one.
Marco, you got two?
Did I get two? No,
Did you get two? No, you got one.
one.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
one.
But we've been hitting. We've been
Yeah.
hitting.
They've been going like back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're surfing.
Are you using a rattle?
I'm using jig eye with a like it's a pink and yellow jig eye.
Yeah.
With the soundy little jig eye.
Okay.
Yep.
And a salty.
And a salty.
No rattles though?
We just in the jig eyes.
I'm using a jig.
We're talking fish technical now. And in case, and if you haven't listened to any of my shows, this is my happy space. This is where
It's beautiful.
when I come ice fishing there, this is like the tug's the drug, man. The tug's the drug.
I actually got goosebumps earlier. I didn't really get goosebumps, but it was going back and forth. And then my hair. I'm like excited here.
You were playing drums?
I was excited.
Attaboy.
Yeah,
Attaboy.
get on the board, man. Just enjoy life.
Yeah,
Thanks,
fair
sir.
call.
Call them in for you. Cheers.
He's just opened up another restaurant here. It's in the south side of Winnipeg, Smash Burger.
Oh,
And,
yeah,
and
yeah,
he
you
brought
said
some,
that.
so we're gonna have some for lunch here.
Oh,
so
that's amazing.
yeah, we've had a lot of burgers with us. Couple of days.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. And so, and just on a side note here, Quinny, being a CrossFitter,
Totally.
CrossFitter, signed himself up for a class here at 6:00 one morning here.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah, so we have to
Yeah.
make sure that he's not too terribly messed up
Right.
because he's got to do a CrossFit competition. And the competition is
Well, it's the
Give it a plug.
CrossFit Open. It's the one. There's 3 weekends every year that the CrossFit does the open workout and whatnot. And I did the last one last week in Saudi Arabia, and now this one will be in Canada, and next week will be in the U.S.
that's dude.
Yeah.
The fact that you're doing all of that, it literally.
Yeah,
Like-
with whiskeys and cigars. Yeah, that's gonna peak my performance right now. I'm gonna do amazing.
Explain to our viewers there what your wife said to you.
Oh yeah, she's like, you do realize you have the open workout coming up, don't you? Whiskey's not gonna help you. I was like, yes, thank you, honey.
Yeah, thanks.
I love my wife.
Thanks, my Canadian buddy over here. Thanks for messing him up.
Oh, it's great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Again, because excuse my naivete on the
Good.
hoist and stuff like this. I literally kind of jotted down a bunch of questions here, and we kind of covered a lot of them here.
Yeah.
We're into the best practices right now when it comes to ensuring the hoist and the capabilities of it, and your divers and or your people on the bottom of the hooks of it right now. Common sense, always follow manufacturer guidelines,
Right.
Maintain a detailed log of all maintenance activities.
Yep.
Store the rescue hoist in a clean, dry environment away from the chemicals and sunlight.
Well, kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's on the helicopter. It's
Yeah.
on the outside of the helicopter,
Yeah.
unless you have an internal hoist.
Yeah.
So you have the internal hoist where you
Okay,
boom it inside.
so here we go.
Yeah, so there's a couple different kinds, but like if you have the external hoist, what's on the outside of the aircraft?
Yeah.
It's flying
It's
through.
on it. It's on it. It's stapled onto
That's
it.
like telling me to keep the rotor blades out of the wet. Keep it out of the rain. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're walking in a snowstorm, but keep your boots dry.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you.
So I mean, I got to give credit to Onboard Systems
Yeah.
and to Breeze Eastern. They make a pretty durable hoist to be able to work in some really cold weather and some really hot weather.
Any shout outs
To
to anybody at the companies on
both of them. I don't want to give them a big head.
Fair. Okay.
I love all those guys from they're great guys. So, and you can call them anytime. they'll give you an honest answer of what's going on with whatever the hoist is, and so on and so forth. So that's good.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Okay. We're going to be, again, and I apologize for such a short of a short show listing on it, but it was this, there's a lot more. I kind of wanted to focus in on Quinny as well. So we've spoken about the maintenance, we've spoken a lot about that, and then we're kind of going to focus in on you a little bit for, again, because the Real ResQ Podcast, you've explained yourself. Now, how many shows are you into now?
Oh gosh. I'm somewhere over 250.
Okay.
Somewhere in there.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're a seasoned vet.
I guess so. I think so. I have fun doing it.
That was going to be the next question of why. Why all of a sudden?
Because we're sitting here recording a podcast on the ice. How freaking awesome is this?
You come across unique situations.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is pretty badass.
Yeah, it's
So, you know what? As far as podcast goes, one of the things I love about it is I get to, I just get to be the host. Everybody else gets to share their stories of what they've done, the shit that they've been in, the craziness that we see, and they have a platform to share it.
okay.
That's what I love about it.
You know what? We kind of touched this a little bit based on the more people we have talking to us, we come across more of the human factors side of the world.
Right.
Human factors also involving rescue, operation, maintenance, everything that in our industry that we're talking about on a daily basis. And we spoke about it and maybe this is the right time to kind of really talk about this is our support network that we support networks that we have in place for us.
Yep.
And I think it's gaining momentum.
I'm talking like PTSD stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Now, so you're in that world because you're again, former rescue diver.
Rescue swimmer.
Swimmer. I got to get that into me. Swimmer, David Schwimmer. Former rescue swimmer. You've seen some shit.
Yeah.
You've seen some shit. How, like, in the human side of your world, listen, anybody who knows you knows you're positive Red Bull with amplified energy through lightning strikes. This is who you are.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that side of it when you come to...
Yeah.
We got something?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
And then I'll tell you.
Hold on. Is it on my?
It's on your dead stick.
Okay. Look at you, dead stick. You almost know what you're talking about now.
I almost do. Come on, baby.
Come on. She's going low. Come on up. Nope. Skated right past me.
Yeah.
But she's over to you boys now.
No, coming back to you.
I got to get low on her. It's like,
yeah.
oh, she's over to you, Marco. She's over to you again, Marco. Marco, what'd you chum your bait with, buddy? You got that Sex Panther on there? 66% of the times works all the time. Quinny, on you.
Oh.
Marco.
Oh.
It's like a ping pong match. Marco. Quinny. Marco.
Making it work.
She's just messing with us now. Okay. So again, like I'll repeat the question here. You've seen a lot.
Yep.
What's your network to support?
So the first thing I do is I go to the gym. Like I live and breathe the word. It's part of the reason I love the community, the workout community, the gym community. It's throwing weights around. It gives you that great feeling of like, hey, this is all good, you know. And then outside of that, you got to talk to people. You got to find a circle of trust, people that have been through it, similar to you. And you just have to be able to talk. And one of the things that's great is my wife is she'll listen to me all the time. But you have to have that network. So be able to talk. And it's weird because most of us are type A, pretty tough guys, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to deploy in 20-foot waves and 50 knot winds. And well, yeah, I don't need to talk to anybody. What?
I got this handled. Yeah. I got this handled.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's exactly why you should go talk to somebody. That's exactly why you sit down with your brother with a whiskey and a cigar and be like, bro, Tell me that story. And it's one of the greatest things that I've heard with the podcast side of it is like guys that after I hit stop, they're like, wow, man, that was like therapy. I'm like, yeah, freaking feels good, doesn't it? And they're like, yeah, wow, I did some cool shit. So I mean, I've had everything. I've had every emotion, the happy, the sad, the cry, the angry. Yeah, we've had it all on the podcast. So, but the way I deal with it personally, I go to the gym and then I just have a network of people that I call, people that I trust.
And you know what? I've recently kind of got back on board more so. I've shared that with you, with kind of myself getting back into the gym. Probably strongest now that I've ever been, but at the same time, what I'm noticing is the feel good, the endorphins afterwards.
Yeah, buddy.
So that's the key importance there. Yeah. So as a starting point for anybody who's ever kind of dealing with a lot of any of the PTSD of our world, not just industry, world. Involve yourself in an activity where you can kind of get that blood flow, where you can kind of develop that, community, like you said with your
CrossFit.
Yeah. So with your CrossFitting and having like walking into that gym with you to kind of set up what you got to go off to tomorrow morning. Yeah. That guy was receptive.
Yeah, totally.
He's like, welcome aboard, brother. I want to see you accomplish this, right?
Yeah.
And having that ability to kind of recognize that first and foremost, I'm dealing on this alone and I shouldn't be.
Right.
Open up, and I know our wives they're my wife is a saint for putting up with me for over 25 years.
That's awesome.
And you've met her.
Yeah.
So I've probably put some gray hairs on her head, but bless her, and I love her. Right? Like it's just what they're there for. But at the same time, having a network we're guys, we hang out with guys. Marco's a part of my network there, where we kind of go back and forth, and if we need to share stories and just to kind of get it off of our chests,
right?
It does help. You aren't alone.
Right.
Seek the help, whether professionally or personally, but seek the help.
No.
And again, seeing what you've probably seen as a swimmer, dude, I can't, like, it's like you've probably seen more, when you were active there in a week than I probably would have seen in years. Years.
Maybe. I mean, you go through your dry spells, but you deal with death a different way, and so there are a couple of stories that I've talked about on my podcast specifically.
Please share.
Well, I won't go into too much.
Yeah.
Just what it is like there are certain emotions that we go through. So sometimes it doesn't bother you. Like, and I'll sound crude here for a minute. Like we had to hoist up a guy that passed away off an oil rig. We couldn't land, so they worked him on deck, and then we threw him in a body bag and hoisted him up to the aircraft and brought him to the hospital. And we're in the aircraft, and I don't know how crude I want to get here, but it was like, oh look, he moved. No, he didn't.
No, okay.
But it's that you got to make a joke inside the aircraft. That dark humor, you have to have it.
Okay.
And there are people out there that don't understand that because they don't deal with that and they don't have that. And if you don't have that, you're like, oh my God, you're so insensitive, or I can't believe you have no heart. And you're like, well, you got to remember what I see. If I don't have a way to cope and laugh at it, shit, it'll take over your life. And I've watched it happen as well. So oh look, he moved. Just kidding.
No, my automatic deferral, and you'll learn this as we kind of grow buddies together here, as we become more and more friends with each other here. You'll learn that I deflect the humor almost immediately.
Perfect.
In a situation where it could be either crisis related, or if the outcome wasn't the best.
Yeah.
I will deflect to a little bit of the humor of it, where I might smile, like, what are you smiling about? Like, I have to cope with this, and this is the way I cope.
Yeah.
And it might seem insensitive, but it's my mechanism. Right. So it's eventually, listen, I have one of the biggest hearts I think I know, that I can kind of give everybody the love that deserves it.
Yeah.
When it comes to, you got hot sticks coming your side. Marco on the point out. Oh, there she is. Come on now. Who's going to get her? She's ping pong. She's over to Marco. Now she's back over to Quinny. Now she's jumping over to me.
No, coming to you.
Coming to me. Come to me, baby. Come to me. She's big. That's a big girl. Quinny, lift yourself up just slowly. They're sniffing, but they're not biting right now.
It's past lunchtime. What the hell?
Okay. She came in fast, too. She came in hot.
Yeah.
She's back on your side, Marco. Back to Marco. We're like golfing now.
That's so funny.
Quinny. Quinny. C'est moi. Come on. I'm watching this one here. Anyway. We get so easily distracted.
Yeah, totally. Fish.
Like I said.
Speaking about coping.
Yeah.
Yes, coping.
Yeah.
A good way of cope.
The
Come fishing.
I made the joke of if you have anybody who's ever injured. Oh, look at her. She's very aggressive. If you're ever injured and you ever want to get anybody off their ass real fast, and if they're a fisherman, you'll fish on, and that person will jump up and sprint to whatever line is closest to them.
It's great.
I had a sore back, injured my lower back one time, and look at this. You guys are like attracting the mark who you're calling him in. You have a rattle rate going on?
Got a little spin on my jig.
There you are. Come on now. Circling. And she's gone. Okay. She said, F you guys. We're done.
Going over to the
Go
other
ahead.
guys.
Incoming! Just as a heads up. We have another tent beside us here with Nick and Marcel fishing as well. They're going to see that come up on their radar as well.
Totally.
But yeah, so we sidetracked her.
Yeah.
Get yourself the
Totally.
network.
Yep. Absolutely.
And your coping mechanism is your own. Don't feel that you owe it to somebody to kind of react a certain way because it's not their reaction.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Mental health of it all too. That's another huge topic
Yeah.
that we're going to be dealing with.
I think that's across the board too. It's like not just people that are in rescue, because I know like the maintenance guys and
Yes.
pilots, they have to deal with that in another way too. I mean, they might not see exactly what's going on in the back, but they are in full force with that, whatever that mission is. And then when you get home, let's say you have whatever, like you've just got a bad patient that's bleeding, and now you've got blood running down the aircraft. Well, you got to clean that shit out.
Yeah.
You know, that's tough for them to look at and stuff as well. So there's a lot of that. Like it's not just one person, one position.
And you think, you like in the maintainers world where say a aircraft goes down.
Yep.
And now that person's going to get questioned of what they did to that aircraft.
Oh yeah.
And now does that self-doubt kick in, or does that kind of like, is there any type of guilt associated with it?
Right.
Could I have done this better? Should I have done this better? Could I have looked at this? Would I properly sign up? Like your mental health it's such a hot topic right now.
Yep.
And at all costs, it needs to be protected. Agreed. At all costs.
Yep.
That even in the environment that that you've grown to love with a company and stuff like that if all of a sudden most companies, I want to say most, high percentages support that.
Yeah, very much so.
And if you find yourself in a company or a situation that doesn't, you need to move along.
There's two things that I will say mental health side of it.
Yep.
Because again, a lot of us are that type A personality and we don't want to talk about it. Like, or we're just going to push it down. Like,
Suppress it.
I don't need to talk about this, whatever. There's two sides, right? So the first one, you as an individual, double check to know that you're feeling. And like, so right now, what I would do if I had an issue, I would be like, well, it's a little easier for me nowadays because I recognize, I know what I'm going through at that moment in time. But I would look at Val, I'd look at you and say, dude, this is how I'm feeling. Have you ever felt that? Like, do you understand what I'm feeling? And you could say yes or no. If you don't, well, okay, now it's almost like, oh shit, I'm on my own. But at the same time,
you're not.
But I'm not, because now I've opened it up. Like, now you can recognize, be like, oh, dude, no, you know what? I don't know what you're feeling, but you know who I know who does?
Yeah.
Let me call my buddy.
Yep. Networks.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yep.
And then you're having a conversation with somebody about whatever it is that you're thinking, and you're it's making life easier for you and better, and a way to open up and talk about it.
Yep.
Yeah. So
we're a part of an industry, unfortunately, that is a part of our industry where there is going to be accidents happening and people leaving us prematurely is what I'll say.
Yep. For sure.
So the dealing of that is on the maintenance side too, because now, again, it's what could I have done better? First and foremost, talk about it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like we're talk about it with like-minded individuals, and to what you just said, if they didn't go through it, I'm sure they'd love to hear from you.
Right. Right.
Instead, like I think what's that UFC fighter's name? Patty, English fella.
Okay.
And he made a huge point after he whooped this guy's ass in the ring. But he said the week before that he buried his mate, and he buried one of his best friends. He goes, I'd much rather hear from you instead of carry you on my shoulders.
Right.
Right.
Totally.
And that applies at any time of the day.
Right.
So that's, and if there's anything that we can kind of talk about from this on this sector of the show, is that talk about it. Please don't suppress it.
Yeah. Make a phone call.
Yeah. Make a phone call. And even like, there's a reason why some people come into our lives, and there's, this could be the reason why they do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So
Something so
like,
simple.
Yeah. Like I'm blessed. I'm not a holy person, but I'm blessed to have now to kind of call you as a friend in my network.
Hey,
there.
back
So,
at you, man.
yeah, we get to talk about it, and we
Yeah.
kind of like, listen, you made this trip. Like, I can't even imagine the kilometers or miles from Saudi
whatever.
Arabia up to here. But here we talked about it. You came and we're kicking ass on this thing.
I know, right? I'm so excited.
Dude,
We've all hit today.
You got your first walleye.
I know, I'm so
You got your
excited.
first walleye. You got your first walleye, and that was a pig.
Yeah.
So I hope the video pops up because we were able to kind of show that on there. But
It's cool.
it's
cool.
We're looking at all of this, and we're looking. So again, thank you for kind of talking a little bit about the maintenance side of
Yeah,
the world. I know we kind
for sure.
of get into the technical because listen, there's how many types of hoists and or jacks out there, or lifts and hooks. Like there's a lot.
Yeah, it's a handful. Yeah,
So we kind of didn't want to go into the details of because they all operate differently.
a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
for the most part, like okay, so like helicopter's a helicopter.
Yep.
Shit spins up top.
Yep.
Usually have a tail rotor of some sort.
Stops
right?
the shit from spinning on
yeah,
top. Yeah.
most of them anyway. There are a handful that don't.
Yeah. Right.
But, right. And then, but a hoist is a hoist. The cable goes in and out. It's the mechanical side of how it does that.
Yeah.
Right. The hook is the hook is the hook. Like it opens, it closes.
Yeah.
Some lock, some don't.
Yeah.
You have to know the intricates of each one.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
And work with it
Oh.
and know it.
Coming
Like
right
it.
at you. Coming right at you. Coming right at you. Marco! Marco's out taking a bathroom break.
It's all right. If his line goes, I'm
Look at
grabbing
her.
it.
Look
Come
at the size of that thing. Marco!
No, he's not here. No, it's gonna go to us. Although if his friggin' reel goes,
Oh, dude. Keep it like, grab his line if you can.
yeah.
Oh, gee.
No.
That was a blob. Oh, no, she's on you. She's on you. She's on you, Quinny.
No. Coming to you.
Yeah, it's between Quinny and I. Dude, she was a blob and she kind of circled around you. I would check your bait. She might have got a free lunch. Here she comes. Here she comes.
Yeah.
Here she comes. She comes
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Coming back at you. You guys are on the power side. For sure you are. Look at it. They're all coming right at you. Quinny. Right past us all. Wow.
Are they really?
Wow. That fish just said, fish you.
That was pretty funny. That good
Yeah.
dad joke right there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, up yours.
Yep.
You can put this line.
Yep.
I think we covered a lot, but like I said,
We did.
into the specifics, you generalized it, like you said, they kind of operate the same.
Yep.
And the operators that have to kind of the two-man team, full trust in that two-man team.
Right. Well, and further than that, because you have to. I mean, you're trusting your pilots.
Yep.
To go, and your pilots are trusting you. I mean, there's so much communication between a hoist operator and your pilots. I'm giving instruction. I'm like, hey, I'm telling you as a pilot where I need you to go.
Yeah.
And then you're flying the aircraft based on what I'm telling you.
Right.
So if I tell you, it's like me telling you how to drive, but I'm not actually driving. It's it's kind of like when your wife sits next to you. I love you, babe. But it's it's that you're giving direction to somebody, and at the same time you're trying to operate a piece of the aircraft, the hoist itself, to.
Marco's gonna hit that one in the head. She's come back to you, Quinny. Come on now.
Oh man.
We got a lot of action. A lot of action.
Totally do.
And this is what we call a a bait substitution because clearly they're not interested in what presenting to
Yeah, I
them.
know, right?
So
It's all right. It's all right.
yeah.
Maybe they're not hungry at the moment.
Yeah, we need to communicate with each other. We on the type of lures that we're using.
Thank you to our sponsor, Precision Aviation Group. Mission critical operators and fleet managers rely on Precision Aviation Group as a worldwide leading rotor and fixed wing MRO provider. PAG provides tip-to-tail solutions in 4 MRO segments: avionics, components, engines, and manufacturing DER services. A single point of contact gives you access to over 150 million in inventory globally, 24/7. Just call 800-537-2778. Precision Aviation Group. Others sell parts. We sell support.
But yeah, so you're talking about communication between.
Yeah, just the pilot and then the hoist operator, and then you got your guy on the ground, and he's giving hand signals and telling you where he wants to go, and then you're giving the instruction to the pilot, and pilot's flying that aircraft based on what she has to look at. It's a huge team coordination thing. It's awesome.
Okay.
And I love doing it.
Okay.
But yeah.
As we're gonna start wrapping this down here, buddy. But
well, I want to actually let me bring in one more thing.
Okay, yeah, please.
Because I know a maintenance side of things, like we talked about just a bit in the beginning, and a lot of people and a lot of agencies don't really look at this, but life-saving equipment.
Yeah. So
okay. ALSI, aviation life support equipment, right? For some militaries, like the Air Force, they have an ALSI shop, and that's where all the helmets go. That's where the night vision goggles go. That's where, like, you need your vest with all your survival equipment and stuff, and maybe you need your weapon or whatever. That's the armory, but like you need your holster and whatever you're going to be wearing on the aircraft. That's where you go to your shop, right? So when it comes to rescue side of stuff, you have a rescue basket, a quick strap, a litter, a Bowman bag, your harnesses, like all the stuff that you're putting on people to human external cargo, right? Who inspects all that? It's going on the aircraft.
Yep. Wow, they're very aggressive, but they're not biting any of us.
Nothing.
She came in like a missile. That's a big girl too. Look at that. I wish you guys could see what we're seeing. There is upgraded systems now where people can actually record what they're seeing on their phones.
Are you serious?
And they split screen it and
God.
create the podcast from it. Yeah. So yeah. Wow.
Dang.
Okay. So
anyway,
we're talking about
so the maintenance side of the gear and equipment. So I've always found that interesting. Like, so in my U.S. Coast Guard world, that was my job. So we have floats on the aircraft.
Right.
Float bags. Yep. Part of the aircraft. Well, that was part of my job to inspect them.
Got it.
So we'd pull the floats off the aircraft. We'd blow them up, put them on leak test, make sure they pass a leak test, pack them all out, put the new O-rings into all the maintenance on it, and then put it back on the aircraft. That was part of it.
In accordance to what kind of a check?
Whatever the maintenance requirements are.
Okay.
So, and in that case, we'll go further with that is you follow a lot of the manufacturer's recommendations as far as what their steps are to check it.
Yeah.
So and I think a lot of the civilian operators, they would pull a float bag, or they're going to take a life vest that you have to give a passenger, and then they just send it out for inspection, right? For us, we did it. Now with rescue gear itself, you don't send that out. You're inspecting it yourself.
So, okay.
So like you're doing a load test on it. So in the hangar, you're going to, let's say a rescue basket, you're going to load it up with 600 pounds, and let it hang for 15 minutes. Make sure that all the...
How many?
600 pounds.
And how many minutes?
For 15 minutes or so.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you're going to take it off the ground, put it back on the ground, take it off.
I got it.
5 times on and off the ground. And what you're looking for is any broken welds, if there's any deformations in the bales, or anything's going to break.
Yep.
And if it's going to break, you're going to take it out and you're going to get a new one.
Yep.
But how many agencies or how are other people?
That.
Yeah, and how many people are actually doing that?
Yeah.
So one of my buddies got out to Saudi Arabia and went to a company there, and it had been a year since any of that gear was touched. It was literally thrown into a bag, wet, and everything was moldy and done. Everything had to be thrown away.
That's nasty.
Yeah, because nobody was inspecting it.
Yeah.
Why would they inspect it? It doesn't go on the aircraft. But it does.
Mm-hmm.
So where's your inspection card?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you track your rescue equipment? How do you track your long line equipment? How do you track the stuff that you're using for human external cargo?
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen that where they're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna do it. I've got an Excel sheet.
Oh no.
Okay, is that what you need to do? Is there another option? Can I put it in your maintenance system? Like, how does that work?
Yeah.
So when I was with Priority One, we built our own inspection maintenance system for all of our rescue gear, from a carabiner to the Life Pack 15 monitors, like, and everything in between.
Mm-hmm.
Every piece of rescue gear was on that system. And shout out to Lenny Cunningham, because he's one of the main guys that built the whole system.
Yep.
Amazing. It was beyond an Excel spreadsheet for sure. But things would come due. And then I was part of the team to write the maintenance procedure cards. So we were writing up instructions as to how you're going to inspect this piece of gear, all based on what the manufacturer said. So it's that question of how are other agencies doing it? And if you haven't thought about this as an agency that does this, you should.
You should. Yep.
Because what happens when, all right, I'm going to throw a scenario out.
Do so,
right?
please. Yep.
Out in, I believe it was China. And I'm going to throw, I believe that because I can't remember exactly where it was, but they were rigging this lady up. They were hoisting her out, and they put the piece of the rescue device on her upside down, backwards. Like, they put her legs through where the arms were supposed to go. They get 10 feet from the aircraft, and she falls out and dies.
Oh no.
All bad.
Yeah.
Right?
All bad.
Well, now somebody has to answer to that, right? So, first of all, we're going to go back to an inspection. Was the gear inspected? Was it trained and put on properly?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's all these little things in there. Well, okay, what are the pieces and parts that were on it? Did you have a carabiner on it? Was that inspected? When was the last time that was looked at? When was the last time? Was it oiled? Was it not oiled? When was the last time it was in salt water? Like, all of these little things that people don't. And I don't want to use it as a general term, but I have seen they put it in a bag. They don't care about it. But you're picking somebody out of the water. You're picking somebody off the side of a cliff. You're picking somebody from harm's way.
Saving a life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now the life-saving equipment that you're going to use is not being properly inspected.
No.
Why?
That's beyond a tragedy there.
Right.
Yeah.
No, and I'm not going to speak for everybody.
No, but it does happen.
Right.
It does happen.
Right. So, or you have an agent, or like an agency or company that might have, we used to do it. And I'll even throw like
this is how we used to do it. We kind of.
Yeah. Or we stopped for a while.
Right.
And all their stuff got put in a corner.
Right.
Oh, we're going to take it off the maintenance inspection list because we don't use it anymore. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when you bring it back in, where's all your maintenance records that have it?
Yeah.
What were that prior to that?
Yeah.
Is anything expired? Because harnesses that's webbing. It expires.
Yep.
10 years, it's done.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we had it on a shelf for 5 years. Oh really?
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, and you were using it 5 years prior to that. Oh, you mean so now you're telling me it's expired? Okay.
Yeah. So she's beyond done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So and that's where I would just throw out there to people that don't, and agencies that do this stuff. And I know there are agencies out there that are thinking, well, that doesn't apply to me at all. You're probably right. Unless you are, let's say in Canada, up here in this area that we're ice fishing.
Yeah.
And you have a helicopter company that says, you know what? We're going to put a survival kit in the back of your aircraft. Well, who's inspecting the survival kit? What about
at what frequency?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, have you ever opened a sleeping bag where a mouse got into it? Are you kidding me? Like, the last time you want to find out that a mouse got into the sleeping bag is when you crash out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when is it inspected? How is it inspected?
Yeah.
And it could be as simple as just open it up. Yep, still looks good. Close it back up.
Yep.
Takes 10 minutes.
Sign it off.
Exactly.
Yep.
Like we check fire extinguishers in the aircraft.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, so little stuff like that. Or the stuff you put on, a vest. Like when we fly in open water, I wear an inflatable vest.
Yeah.
Well, it needs to be inspected.
Yeah.
Check it. Does it still inflate? Will it hold air? So.
You know what? Relating this to what I'm wearing now.
Right. Totally.
Right. Like we have flotation devices inside of our pants.
Yep.
So God forbid we fall through.
Yeah.
We can survive up to 2 hours on the top.
Yep. That's awesome.
And it's like, who inspected this?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So who inspected this?
Yeah.
When was it last, certified?
Totally.
Right. So I know, like in our world, it's probably a little more dynamic, obviously, because now if you survive the crash and now you have to be by yourself for hours, days, or even weeks sometimes.
Right.
What's going to be involved in that integrity of that unit or that piece of safety equipment?
Yeah.
Is going to help you save your life or ensure that your life is being saved later on down the road.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So what I want to emphasize with that is that those that are out there that have an operation and you have life support equipment, I would hope that you would treat that the same or as important as the aircraft itself, because that's what's going to keep you alive if the aircraft fails and you end up.
Oh, back to Marco, back to Quinny. Oh, come on,
man! These guys, look at this.
Who's she gonna hit? She's coming around. She's skating back. They're very aggressive.
They're doing a great job.
Yeah. They're making us work for it for sure. Oh man. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So there's a couple of examples that I can give that I think about from time to time.
Please do so. Yeah.
So one of them is a strobe light, right? A strobe light is a super simple piece of rescue gear that you slide the dial up and it eliminates a bright white light, and in the dark it works phenomenally, right? For those, I've opened those up to do an inspection on them, and the battery leaked. Well, how many people have tried to turn on a headlamp or a flashlight or a torch and the battery leaked on the inside and it doesn't work?
No, now you've now damaged the system.
Yeah.
Because of the acidity of that battery.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got you.
Smoked.
Yeah.
So now the last spot you want to know that doesn't work is when you need it.
Yeah.
So run it through an inspection.
Same thing on the ELTs.
Yeah, exactly.
ELTs are, I think ELTs are some of the most neglected pieces.
Yeah.
The most probably important piece in a situation where you need to be kind of located.
When you need it.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So check your ELTs.
Yeah. Yeah. And your mini EPIRBs that might be on you.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
But it's the little things like that I think get overlooked because they don't need it. Now, I would throw helmets in there as well, but a lot of people wear their own personal helmet or their own personal headsets. But, and when you get in the aircraft, you're like, oh, shit, my helmet's not working. I need to fix it. But it's the little things like when you throw your vest on and you've had that strobe light sitting in your friggin' pouch for a year and haven't inspected it, and then you pull it out and you're like, oh God, it's all corroded on the inside. Or
you're checking your pocket, it's all ripped into it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So do your due diligence. And as crazy as it sounds, it might not be on the maintenance cycle of the aircraft, but find a way to get it there.
Yeah.
Even if it's not a calendar month.
Insert it.
Exactly.
Insert it into your write-ups.
Yeah. And then and my next recommendation would be follow the manufacturer's recommendation. Mm-hmm. If they say you need to inspect this every 30 days, well, inspect it every 30 days.
See, my OCD side of the world, I'd be inspecting that thing on the 28th day.
Yeah,
just to make sure,
right.
Absolutely sure. But set that alarm for yourself.
Yeah.
Listen, we have these supercomputers in our pockets nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
God bless if you can do anything with them. Include, set yourself a reminder to kind of look at component XYZ. XYZ and Z.
Totally. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like start utilizing the technology and the supports around you.
Yeah, totally. Yep.
So,
and then keeping it on the inside of whatever your maintenance can do. And again, I know floats. Some companies will just send them out to get them inspected and they get new ones back. Life rafts, they'll send them out to Switlick or whatever, get them sent back, and that's easy. Great, I'm all for it. But if you can do it in house, get the recommendation to rebuild or whatever you need to do, but somebody in maintenance needs to do it. Night vision goggles, another big one.
Would that be now kind of on the shoulders of the director of maintenance, PRM, personal responsible maintenance? That's
a great question, and I think it would based on the agency that you're working for, like who wants to take responsibility for that. And again, in my opinion, what I would say is the director, whoever's in charge of maintenance, needs to delegate somebody or a position for life support equipment, and say, hey, you're gonna handle this. This is going to be your baby. You don't have to inspect everything all the time. You can help delegate that, and we can get a crew
Need you
on
to
it.
talk to it.
Yeah, but you're going to be the main person. So you're following all this gear and equipment, and
Okay.
when it comes due, let's make sure it gets done,
Okay.
inspected, put away.
They look at also companies then, like you said, with P1.
Yep, Priority 1 Air
Yeah,
Rescue.
So you have companies like that are larger operating companies that are out there when they look at companies like Priority 1
Yep.
to kind of like do exactly that.
Yep.
My director of maintenance is going to be running my back shop to make sure my helicopter's up and flying.
Yep.
P1 then falls into that relegation of now reporting to the director of maintenance, said we've done this X,
Sure.
and
Yep.
then kind of now have our responsibility. And the pre-RM director of maintenance now kind of reports up to owners of the aircraft, companies of the aircraft, and so on and so forth. Like, yeah, we got box checked because they said so.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and you can do that.
Yeah.
like have a company come in. But I'm saying like if you and I were on the same company,
Yeah.
like, and you're the director of maintenance, you're going to be like, hey, Quinny,
Yeah.
you're going to be in charge of this.
Yeah.
You're going to run the ALSI. You still got to work on the helicopter and stuff. And
Yeah.
but when ALSI comes up, you're going to get off the helicopter. You're going to go inspect that.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure that's up and running for our pilots, our crew, and anybody that's going to fly.
Yeah.
Roger that.
Seasonal checks.
Exactly.
Seasonal checks. Because listen, we like, I know again, you're experiencing one season up here.
Yeah.
We go through 4 very full ones up here.
Yeah.
We have a very good summer, very cold winter, decent spring, and a beautiful fall. Like, it's just stunning up here. But in that, what people also probably sometimes forget and neglect is because of those seasonal changes, your temperature changes, your humidity changes, like there's a lot of things that kind of the variables that happen, and that needs to be impacted. Oh, here it come again.
Nice.
Golly, come on now. Someone get on here. Let's go. Oh, she's looking. She's sniffing. Come low. Stay still. See if she comes. Oh my goodness, they're just skating away. Skating away. To the people that are listening to us and watching us, we're on the middle of a lake. Ice is of 30 inches plus.
Yeah.
So we're safe.
Yeah.
We're safe. And
The truck is parked right next to us on the lake.
Yeah, we're
On the ice.
Yeah. Oh, she skated. Oh no, she's on you, Marco. There's 4 of them. Look at that. They're all coming from your sides. Wow.
Man, you
And they
guys-
all skate away. Oh no.
Oh.
She's playing Houdini. Come on back. No. Golly.
Oh man. We got a couple of
Oh,
them.
look, she's coming back. Coming back to that side. She's skating over. Yeah, I think there's a school. Oh. She came and tickled my line.
They're like just getting out of view of the finder.
Right.
And they're coming right back into view
Yeah.
and they go out of view.
Exactly.
Oh, now you see me, now you don't.
Ha
Oh. It's funny. Anyway, so that's my 2 cents on like maintenance of survival gear.
Yeah.
I think it's important, and the reason I think it's important is because that was my world, and because I like you see and hear a helicopter crash, and then what people do on the back end, and I'll use one example of the Coast Guard helicopter and a friend of mine was flying it. They lost lift over in Colorado and hit the mountain. They rolled down the mountain and they were messed up pretty bad. They used the
Survived?
Yeah, yep.
good,
Everybody
yeah.
survived on the aircraft. Couple of them got really messed up. But one of the things that was there, what I thought was interesting, the rescue swimmer sitting in the left seat on the back of the aircraft, his window blew open and his face was in the snow. He couldn't breathe. So the first thing he thought about doing was grabbing his C's bottle, his spare air, so he could breathe in the snow to get the snow away from his face.
Crazy.
Right? So why would you wear a C's bottle when you're flying over land?
There you go.
What?
There you are.
Exactly. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, right? So that's the first one. The next one is the life raft. They pulled the life raft out to create a shelter
Yeah.
and put people in to get them out of the elements. What are we in? We're in a shelter.
Yep.
It was a life raft.
Yep.
Meant for the water.
Yep.
Is now on the side of a hill.
It's
Right.
you have to utilize the tools around you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if they're not inspected and they're not maintained,
It's amazing what training will do, right? Like
it's
just
crazy.
it always comes back down to the primitive form of what you were trained for.
Right.
and if everything else falls out of the sky for you,
Yep.
what are your pillars of training for?
Totally.
Right? I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So get as much training as you can inside of you.
Yeah.
So when you
sure.
utilize, like you said, if they could have utilized the fuselage as a protective gear, or like you said, the raft as a protective gear, good night 11. It gives you at least that fighting chance.
Yeah, totally. There's another accident that happened. 2 guys survived, like a plane crash, a helicopter crash, whatever it was, out in the middle of nowhere, and they found them. I want to say a couple days later, whatever it was. I don't know the full gist of the story, but the end of the story was they passed away. And when they found them, they were trying to burn money to start a fire.
Oh man.
Well, money doesn't burn very well.
No.
Right?
You're right.
But the aircraft filled with fuel might work pretty nice. I mean, not that JP8 like lights up immediately. And you got to atomize it. And but when you get that sucker going, it's gonna burn a little bit better than the money did.
Yeah.
So, you got to think outside
Primal
the box.
instincts think of that's paper I can put fire to, which is gonna burn, but it doesn't.
It doesn't.
You specifically designed money doesn't burn because of that. It's a value. Wow. Anyway.
Yeah. So
wow. Well, we've hit a lot.
we have.
We hit a lot.
Dude, including fish.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I can't. I'm going to wrap this all up here and just basically say, okay, we've covered a lot of maintenance, and thank you for because that's a part of the helicopter I just don't understand a lot about it, and I'm just going to I'm going to try to keep on kind of understanding more and more of it, and
cool.
I thank you again for kind of snapping our viewers, listeners into it as well too, and please share this on your platform as well, and
love to
on the Real ResQ. If you don't know. You need to go to the Real ResQ podcast with Quinn here over here.
Thanks, man.
The quintuplet.
Yeah.
Marco had his hand up.
Yeah, I just want to say something about the...
Stand by.
Hold on.
I just wanted to mention something. I'm a construction worker. I'm part of an emergency rescue team. And one thing we try to drill into the team members as well as just on Toolbox Talks is complacency kills. So you walk past a first aid box, open it up, see what it needs. You walk past the fire extinguisher, take a look at the tag. You walk past a harness that's sitting in the mud, hang it up, give it a quick inspection, make sure the threading, webbing, D-rings, everything's good. Complacency is the killer because it takes 2 seconds out of your day to give something a quick inspection. You don't know how long it's been overlooked for. Try to mention it to your supervision or whatever, but just always try to, if you walk past something, just give it a quick look over, give it a quick once over, and you never know, I might be saving somebody.
Our key grip of fish holding here, plus a safety construction.
Right?
He's a man of many talents.
And we just cross-referenced construction with aviation
There you
right
go.
there.
There you
Boom.
go. Yeah, there you go.
Like, keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Dude,
Keep
I
it
love
simple, stupid. Kiss.
Yeah. Love it. Dude, thanks for letting me join you on the
Brother,
MRO
thanks
podcast.
for coming up.
Dude,
I can't thank you enough. I
was
can't
awesome.
thank you enough. My last question.
Yeah.
You know it.
I do.
You know it. Marco, I'm gonna get your take on it because you've been an absolute helping hand on this one here.
Yeah.
What's your stance on pineapple on pizza?
Okay, Marco, go first.
Marco, go first.
I personally don't like sweet stuff unless it's like I don't know.
Answer the damn question. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
If I'm forced to, but no.
Yes! One of us. One of us.
Dude, I love it, bro. Dude, I'll tell you, I'm gonna go step further. I'm gonna tell you my favorite. Ready?
Yeah.
So you got bacon,
Yeah.
pineapple,
Nope.
with jalapenos.
Okay.
Oh man, it's so
the
good.
jalapenos I can do, but listen, and I like pineapple for breakfast in the morning. I think it's great.
Oh, it's
super
It's so
oxidant.
good on
It's
pizza.
a good. No, it's
Yes, it is.
disgusting. 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 Okay, we'll end it there because we're all friends in this tent and there's not enough room to kind of go an octagon with 5 holes in the ground.
Oh, that's great.
But to that, guys, Quinn, you're the best.
Thanks, man.
You came up. You. Oh, we got fish in the next.
Fish on
They're
the next
screaming on.
tent.
They're screaming on.
Yes.
So thank you for coming up. Thank you for coming all the way up to here, man.
Dude, my pleasure.
Yeah. So to our listeners and subscribers, hit that button if you want to have if you're just listening to us, hit the subscribe button. Join us, the Vertical MRO team. Join the Real ResQ Podcast as well. Join any one of our HeliCAST teams, rescue, or any one of our HeliCASTs podcasts. You'll be entertained. You'll be educated. And if you have any suggestions, please give them to us. And to that, I say, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Quinny on Ice.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Quinny on Ice.
I'm Val. This is Vertical MRO. Stand by for a message after a word from our sponsors.
Thank you to our sponsor, Metro Aviation. Metro Aviation, the world's largest family-owned aeromedical operator, offers comprehensive aircraft services with 140 plus aircraft in over 25 states. The Completion Center installs medical and law enforcement kits and avionics, serving diverse aviation needs including offshore, utility, VIP, and corporate sectors.
Thank you to our sponsor, Robinson Helicopter Company, the choice for unrivaled safety and reliability so you can accomplish any mission with confidence. For more than half a century, Robinson has been at the forefront of the helicopter industry. From the R-22 to the R-66 turbine, Robinson makes helicopters accessible so more people can accomplish more missions. Climb higher. For additional information, visit www.robinsonheli.com. Thank you to our sponsor, Precision Aviation Group. Mission-critical operators and fleet managers rely on Precision Aviation Group as a worldwide leading rotor and fixed-wing MRO provider. PAG provides tip-to-tail solutions in 4 MRO segments: avionics, components, engines, and manufacturing DER services. A single point of contact gives you access to over 150 million in inventory globally, 24/7. Just call 800-537-2778. Precision Aviation Group. Others sell parts. We sell support.
Peace out.
Later. Driving on the water.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for braving the icy depths with us today. Jason Quinn from the Real ResQ brought the heat with his ice fishing skills, clearly, and Hoist maintenance insights. Remember, patience is key, whether you're reeling in a trophy walleye or keeping your helicopter hoists in top shape. As a matter of fact, the whole helicopter in top shape. We dove into the challenges of ice fishing and the importance of regular maintenance for helicopter hoists, from untangling fishing lines to dealing with hoist cables. We covered it. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our podcast and leave a review of your favorite platform. Share your own stories of ice fishing adventures or hoist maintenance triumphs with us on social media using hashtag VMRO. Next time, we'll be exploring more stories from the world of vertical MRO and my outdoor adventures if possible. Stay tuned for more laughs, lessons, and maybe even a few fish tales or 3. Thanks again to Quinny for joining us and to all of our listeners for being part of this quirky community. Until next time, keep your lines tight, your hoists well oiled. I'm Val. This is Vertical MRO. Over and out.